kick it off. Commander Tom Frosch, commanding officer of the Blue Angels, and I'm class 1992.
Lieutenant Commander Dave Tickle, I'm the lead solo, class of 2002.
Lieutenant Mark Tedrow, I'm the opposing solo, class of 2004.
Lieutenant Commander Mark DeBuse, I'm the flight surgeon for the Blue Angels.
They always call the commanding officer the boss.
They call me Elmo, just like Tickle Me Elmo. It's funny.
Mine's IROC. I showed up to my first squadron driving an IROC Camaro, that kind of stuff. So
They just call me Doc, so that's pretty easy.
You know, I think everybody sees the Blues and thinks I'd love to do that, but I never thought it'd be an option. So it's quite a privilege.
Same thing for me. I saw the Blue Angels flying when I was young, and I didn't really know what it was or who they were. I just saw these blue airplanes flying around, and I thought it was amazing. And it like Boss said, it kind of sparked an interest in aviation for me. But I never really thought that it was a possibility, or even I never knew how to pursue it. And then later on in life, I learned about the Naval Academy. I came here. Once I was here, I knew that I wanted to fly, and I pursued it. It became one of my goals, and luckily, I'm here.
I didn't know about the Blue Angels until I came to the Naval Academy. I knew when I came here that I wanted to pursue a career in aviation. And then the first year I was here, the Blues came and performed at the Naval Academy. And I thought, wow, that'd be cool, to be a Blue Angel one day. And I kind of kept that, in the back of my mind as I progressed and selected aviation and went on throughout my career. So I definitely, that seed was planted here and kind of pursued that throughout my career.
I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, so I was interested in aviation and medicine, and so that when I came to the academy, and the nice thing about the Naval Academy is if you come here, you work hard, there's pretty much nothing you can't do, and so to be able to go into aviation and medicine was marrying two dreams of mine, so I'm very, very excited about being back here in Annapolis.
Absolutely. Commissioning week is such a special time for all the midshipmen, but especially the seniors. 12 years ago when I was graduating and seeing the Blue Angels fly, I was like, wow, this is, they're here for my graduation. And, it was pretty neat. And now just to come back and see the academy and see the changes that have occurred over the last 12 years, it's fantastic being back. And it's, I'm proud I'm back. I was driving a couple people around earlier, just pointing out everything on the yard to them. So it's a really great feeling being back.
Yeah, for me, it's super exciting because this is where I got my inspiration to become a Blue Angel, and it's incredible to think back. And this is also my 10-year reunion as well. So to think back of everything that we went through training-wise and operationally and that kind of thing, to think that in a sense my dream came true, and I'm here performing in front of the the Naval Academy. It's got to pinch myself because it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 18 years. I know the plebes are climbing Herndon today. I remember when we climbed Herndon, and then we got that freedom after plebe year, and I was in 14th Company. We climbed out on the balcony of 7-4, which is totally illegal these days.
It was then too.
And to watch the Blues at eye level, especially the solo pilots, and now to be standing next to the guys that are flying those flights now, it's amazing. It's just great to be here.
Oh, it's tremendous. I remember being out in the field watching them 22 years ago. Sadly, that's how old I am now. And it was just such an awe-inspiring event to see, and be able to come back and be part of it and look at the academy from that perspective. Words can't describe it. It's just really a privilege to be here to be able to do that.
I think for me, the sneak pass is probably one of the most fun and sort of scary maneuvers, all the same thing. I'm going just shy of the speed of sound at about 50 feet off the ground, so there's not a large margin for error. So it's it requires a lot of concentration being down that low and that fast, but it's really what the crowd came to see. So I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, mine's the sneak pass as well. Dave and I both did years as number 7, so you're the narrator, and you kind of you're talking to the crowd throughout the demonstration, and it was always fun to watch the sneak pass, to see the crowd's reaction. People scream out loud, people dive for cover and that kind of thing. So every time I fly the sneak pass, I think to myself, wow, I'm really going to get them good this time. And so every time I fly that maneuver, I love it. So that's my favorite maneuver.
For me, they're all exciting, but I particularly like the double farwell when we go upside down down the show line, and we get to do that right down the Severn. So to be able to see the Severn from that perspective is pretty exciting.
The wonderful thing about being the doc for this team is that you're dealing with already healthy guys, and it's not about it's not about fixing them, it's about keeping them at the optimum health. We were very fortunate this morning. The Naval Academy Human Performance Lab opened up its doors to us, and we put the guys through the ringer kind of to assess their fitness level and assess any weaknesses they have, which are none really. They're just in phenomenal shape. My job as a physician is first do no harm, especially on this team. Most of the things that they have will clear up without much intervention from me. So it's just me helping them get through things. So it's wonderful.
Well, I'm probably the only guy that could actually retire out of this job, but I look forward to going back, and the Navy's been really good to me, and I just look for every opportunity to give back. After 22 years, I've seen the world, and it's just amazing what the Navy can, what you can see being in the Navy. So I'd like to go as long as I can, and when the time's right, I'll retire.
When I leave here, I'm going back to an operational squadron to be a department head, and I'm really looking forward to it because I get to go back and do what all naval aviators are trained to do, and that's go on an aircraft carrier and support our men and women overseas. For me, that's what it's all about. Getting to do what I do now is fantastic. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I joined the Navy to serve and to support the other troops. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, Dave kind of said it best. He stole my thunder. After this tour, we're both going to be department heads in the fleet, and like he said, at heart, we're all fighter pilots. We're all combat pilots. That's what we were trained to do. And this tour kind of takes us away from that for a few years, and it's great. We get to interact with the public, go all over the country and see great places and do great things. But at heart, our heart is with the fleet. So getting back to that, into that combat role, flying on and off aircraft carriers, what we were trained to do, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to going back and doing that again.
I'll be returning to orthopedic surgery training, and I'm really looking forward to that. I spent 9 years as a naval flight officer before deciding that maybe my talents were probably better served as a doctor. But the time I spent early in my career as a physician treating the wounded men and women at Bethesda and Walter Reed was really what I saw my service being, serving others. And that's what at the epitome of Navy medicine, I think. And so to be out here for a couple of years, represent Navy medicine to the public, and then come back and again take care of those soldiers and sailors and Marines, it's a dream come true.
It's one of the facts that we all take a lot of pride in, because all the 130 members of the team, most of them will go back to the fleet. So they come from the fleet and they go back to the fleet, and I think we take a lot of pride in knowing that.
I think we're always flying around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
When we're not entertaining the crowd, because the Soul is actually just entertaining the crowd in between our maneuvers, but when we're not doing that, I just like to spend a lot of time with my family and travel.
Yeah, I've got two young sons at home, so like you said, I'd like to spend as much time as I can at home.
Yeah, the same. We're on the road a lot. We work almost nonstop, so when you get a chance to take a day off, be with your friends and family and that kind of thing in the Pensacola area, and just relax in your own house is it's pretty nice. So I think that's kind of what I like doing the most.
Yeah, we keep them from doing too many exotic extracurricular activities like mountain biking and skiing and stuff, at least during the duration that they're on the team. So it's really just time with family and friends, and actually we hang out a lot together even when we're off. So it's like a family.
It's important that we all get along, and we all do. But we spend a lot of time together. I mean, it's a testament to how important it is to pick the right people to be on our team, just because of how much time we spend together. We spend more time together than our families. The people graduating here this week are building the Navy of tomorrow. We're just proud to be here and to be part of it, but it's really all about them, and they're being commissioned this week. You're part of a big team. The foundation of the Blue Angels is teamwork, and you're just going to be joining a bigger team. There were about 4,000 people here when I graduated. Well, there's 500,000 men and women serving around the world, and you're just going to be part of a bigger team. And working well on that team and doing your job well is really important, and it's going to help us build the Navy of tomorrow.
Be proud of what you've accomplished, but also remember, once you get out to the fleet, like you said, you're a member of over 500,000 people. So, you're not entitled to anything. You've got to earn everything that you go after. So, this is a great place to graduate from, and it really means a lot. But once you get out to the fleet, everybody has a story about where they've come from. So you're not entitled to anything by being a Naval Academy graduate. You've got to go out and earn everything. So that'd be the biggest piece of advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on all the hard work. It's a really tough 4 years to make it through this institution. So, my hat's off to all the graduates this week. But, the same thing applies. I think there's you know, a lot of people, you work so hard, you know, during your 4 years here that you think, you know, okay, I just graduated from the Naval Academy. I can kind of take my pack off a little bit and maybe relax for, you know, for a little while as I go through training and that kind of thing. And it's not the case. You know, you gotta hit the ground running and be really motivated when you get to your next command or your next squadron or next training evolution, that kind of thing, because this is really the start of your career. You know, it's not, you know, the middle of it or anything like that. So like Dave said, you know, you gotta kind of keep working hard and not feel entitled to anything, because although you did work for, you know, 4 years, really hard years to get to where you're at, there's still a lot of work to be done, and you gotta you know, be motivated when you get to the fleet.
Yeah. No, congratulations. It's such an amazing achievement. You were given a lot, and a lot's going to be expected of you. Just go in humbly, walk humbly, and work hard, and just make us all proud, what you're going to do.